This is a video for any of you out there who want to get to 1,000 YouTube subscribers. In this video, I'm going to go through what it feels like to actually finally make it there. I'm going to share with you a little bit of my experience as to what it was like trying to get there and talk to you now about the future of this channel and where to from here. It is now October 2024. I've been doing YouTube for a while, probably been serious maybe for the last 24 months or so, where I've made an actual concerted effort to try and get some subscribers and to actually try to put videos out on a regular basis. And let me tell you, the last 2 years have been really difficult. Ignore everyone out there who have made videos and who've been saying how easy YouTube is. It's really easy to get to. Like, do you know how frustrating it is for a creator who has a few hundred subscribers to watch these YouTube videos from YouTubers who have hundreds and thousands of subscribers, and they go, this is what you need to do. This is how you get 1 million subscribers. This is what you need to do. This is how you get 100,000 subscribers in 3 months. Do you know what? None of that works. If you're the fortunate 0.0001% of creators where one of your videos happens to go viral and you get there, all the best to you. But for the 99.9999999% of creators who are just trying to do their best, they're trying to get videos out on a regular basis, this whole, if you follow these 4 tips, you're going to get 1,000 subscribers in 2 weeks. It ain't happening. I tell you now, it ain't happening. I've been thinking about it. I've tried some of these techniques. It just doesn't happen. And the more you want it to happen, the more you hold tight to the fact that you want this to happen, the less likely it's happen, because you start compromising on stuff. And this is the point of this video. I just want to say that, number one, when you get to 1,000 subscribers, it's kind of like nothing changes. Like, yes, your subscriber count when you go into YouTube Studio now is in 4 figures instead of 3. It feels good for a minute that you've got 1,000 subscribers, but when you get up, everything's the same. You still have the same responsibilities, you still have the same financial struggles, you still have the same job that you have to go to, and nothing's changed. There's no brand that's knocking on your door and emailing you just because you hit the magic 1K that they're going to say, come on, come join us. We're going to pay you $50,000 a month to market our product or make videos for us. It ain't going to happen. And if you're sitting here thinking that the 1,000 subscriber mark is something magical, well, let me tell you, it ain't. The one thing is, I didn't expect it to. So I'm not disappointed. I'm not surprised. I'm not shocked. I'm really happy though. I'm happy because I'm really grateful. There are 1,000 of you out there who are interested enough in the videos I make, whether they're entertaining, whether they're informative, or whatever reason that you watch my videos, that I'm super grateful that there's 1,000 of you who are interested enough to subscribe to my channel. But not for a second am I going to sit here and delude myself and think that just because I have 1,000 subscribers, everything's going to change. The fact is, nothing has changed. In fact, I don't even have enough watch hours right now to monetize this channel if that's something that I want to do. And I'm far short of that. A lot of my videos recently have been YouTube Shorts, which the way YouTube runs, that the views on that doesn't even count in terms of the watch hours. And you need like 10 million views to qualify for the monetization thing. So I'm quite a far bit away, and under no illusion that even if I get to 4,000 watch hours, it's not like I can suddenly quit my day job and just do YouTube full time. I would imagine that if you have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours and you monetize, you're going to get paid like, what, $3 a month, which is good because it feels nice to earn a little bit of cash. But yeah, so for me, YouTube has always been something that allows me to express my creativity. It's always been something that allows me to just make videos and put them up and see if anybody likes them. And every time I make a video, I try to improve upon something to try and make it that I learn a specific particular skill, like whether it's filming, whether it's editing, whether it's thumbnails, whether it's music or whatever. I always try to just improve it a little bit compared to the last one. Yes, it would be good to have lots of subscribers, and it's a good feeling. I'm not denying the fact that if you have 100K subscribers on YouTube, you do get entitled to walk around with a little bit of a swag, thinking that I'm pretty cool. There's not many people out there who have 100K subscribers on YouTube. In reality, if you get to 1,000, you're in the top 10% of all YouTube creators, because 90% of YouTube creators never make it to 4 figures to start with. So first of all, give yourself a pat on the back because you've done an awesome job just getting to this point. For those of you who haven't made it to this point, my only advice to you is, if you're really, really into making YouTube videos and you've got a good reason why you want to continue, the numbers shouldn't be the biggest concern. Like, I know it is, I know it's really hard to say, look, don't worry about the numbers, just keep making. And I've felt it. It happens all the time. You make a really good video, well, at least you think it's a really good video. You post it, nobody watches it. Your subscriber count goes down, and you go, "What the hell? Why am I doing this? Why am I wasting my time?" But if you've got the mentality that the only reason why you're posting YouTube videos is to get views and to get subscribers, and it's not an expression of your art or your personality, you are never going to continue with this, because making YouTube videos consistently for a long period of time is a tough job. There are times where you just want to give up. There's times where the inspiration fails you. There's times where you have mechanical failures, where you think you've made a really good video, you go home and the video's out of focus or the sound's funny. It's really frustrating. You've got to start all over again. Sometimes you edit video and for some reason your computer crashes and you lose the files. All this kind of stuff happens. And when that happens, and when you spend 10 hours editing a video, like, to be honest, I've never spent 10 hours editing one of my videos. But if you spend 10 hours editing one of the videos and you post it and you get 9 views, how are you going to respond? Are you going to go, "Screw these guys, this video is so good, I don't understand why nobody's watching it"? Well, that doesn't help. Or are you just going to go, "Well, no one's going to watch it. What is the point? Why am I even spending this time? I'm better off just watching Netflix, because that takes a lot less time. And I'm spending all my days off making these videos and I'm not getting anywhere." So what do you do with all the information that I've armed you with so far? I've said it's cool to get 1,000, but on the other side, it doesn't change nothing. It doesn't make you famous. It doesn't make you rich. It doesn't make you more recognizable. It doesn't make it easier to get the next 1,000. And there's a good chance that even if you're 1,000, you may not be able to monetize your channel. And even if you do, you're going to earn a couple of bucks and it's not exactly life-changing. So what is your plan now? I'm really interested to know, because for me, I'm just going to keep making videos like this and the other stuff that I like making, because I just like making videos and I've always been someone who liked to create. I've done wedding photography in the past. I just like to post stuff, and whether I have success that's beyond what I'm currently at or whether I don't, I'm just going to keep posting stuff because it's my passion. But if you're one of those people who get to 1,000 and you go, "What now?" It's hard. It's hard because a lot of people think that they're entitled to get 10,000 and then 100,000 and that they're able to make a full-time living out of YouTube, and nobody's entitled to anything in this world. Unless you work hard, unless you put in your heart and soul, unless you dedicate a significant chunk of your time, that's not going to happen. Like, it took me 2 years, and this is the funny thing, it took me 2 years of posting regularly to get to 1,000. And I know there are unlimited stories of people who have posted 2 years and they're still at 300. And there are also unlimited stories of people who've posted for 3 weeks and they have 10,000. Whether that's because you're better looking than me, whether you're funnier than me, whether you talk about more trendy topics than me, it's all variable, and you just can't put yourself in a position where you're comparing yourself to other creators, because as soon as you do that, you lose sight of what's important for you. Because like, it's a long game. It's a years and years and years game. It's not a month game. So if you're coming here with the mindset that every time there's a new trend, I'm going to make a video about that. Every time that someone talks about something controversial, I'm going to jump on that, because that's what's going to get me views, that's what's going to get me subscribers. But on the other hand, you really just want to talk about Pokemon cards. You really want to talk about Peanuts comics, but you're not doing any of that because you just fear that no one's going to be interested in watching it. How long are you going to sustain this? It's like doing the same thing that you hate over and over again. That doesn't bring you any happiness. And if YouTube does not bring you any happiness, what is the point of creating videos for this channel? So it's a really interesting, I've had some really interesting insights in the last 6 to 12 months where I've actually been fully onto it. For some reason, really trying to get to 1,000. And I've watched numerous people. I've watched people that I'm hanging around with quite a lot who have gotten there much quicker than me. And yes, there is an element of FOMO. There is an element of envy. But a lot of the people who I know who've got to 1,000 and beyond, they're nowhere to be seen anymore. They don't feel any desire to make any videos. They haven't progressed in anything. A lot of them actually haven't been able to monetize because they didn't have the watch hours. And they've kind of just given up and they've just fallen away. And however, I'm still here. So in a way, that's good. Did I say that YouTube takes a lot of time? And did I say that if you're sitting here staring at the analytics of YouTube Studio every single minute, you're going to drive yourself nuts? I've been guilty of that in the past, where you keep refreshing And do you know what the funny thing about refreshing is? If you keep refreshing and you let the numbers, the vanity metrics of your YouTube studio affect your mood, you're going to have days where you feel super good because you've got 10 subscribers today. And then you're going to have days where you feel super shit because you lost 3 subscribers. And sometimes you just don't understand it. You look, one day you have 647, next day you have 653, and you go, well, I'm going the right direction. People must be starting to like my stuff. And then all of a sudden you check, not only are you at 653, you're at 649. And the videos that you made last week where you were getting 400 views, you're making a similar video, you're getting 35 views. What are you going to do? What are you going to do in terms of taking this on board and actually continue to make videos and not give up? And that's the whole point of YouTube, is that YouTube tests you. YouTube weeds out all the people who just want to be here for the short term, because I could imagine that if you were one of those creators who made your first video and you get 100,000 views, for some reason it just gets picked up by the algorithm, heaps of people watch it, you may even get a handful of subscribers. It's like a one-hit wonder in music. It's like you've never, ever managed to make another video that actually goes anywhere near that number. How are you going to feel? Is that going to stop you from creating? And if it does, you might as well stop, because YouTube, I keep saying in this video, is super hard work. And if you're going to allow yourself to get affected every single day because your numbers go up and down. And the other thing before I finish, the other thing is the number of hate comments you get, the number of negative comments you get, and the number of comments where you just don't understand what they're saying. I get loads of them. It's like I write something and somebody writes back on my comments and I actually have no idea what they mean. It's just got to be like water off a duck's back. And the negative ones, the way I handle the negative ones is pretty simple. Like, I don't get too badly affected. If somebody just trolls you and they're just horrible and they say you suck, I don't respond to those. In general, I don't respond to those. But if someone actually leaves you a negative comment because they actually found something wrong with your video, like for example, they say your music's too loud or your exposure is wrong or something like that, I take that on board and I take that as constructive, and I'll try and improve on the next video, and I'll actually write back to thank them. But sometimes even when they say you suck, sometimes I actually write back and just ask them why, because I find in general that 9 out of 10 people who abuse you in your comment section, when you write back and you show them some kindness rather than say, well, you suck too, they actually, some of them do, the majority of them just never write back again. But some of them actually, I've had people actually write back and say, I'm sorry, I didn't mean what I said. And then you actually become more engaged with your community, and they actually become your fans sometimes, and they'll actually watch more videos. So take that aboard as well. So what now? When you get to 1,000, when nothing's changed, where your day job's still required and your responsibilities are still there, nothing changes, your family don't care if you get to 1,000 subscribers, where to now? The only thing that's going to keep you going, the only thing that's going to allow you to continue to create for this channel and spend so much time that you could easily spend on something else, is the fact that you like doing what you're doing. My channel has evolved a lot since I started. I started off basically as a completely tech channel where I was doing a lot of photography stuff and camera stuff, and has evolved into a combination of like tech, which I still love, and more of a lifestyle channel where I talk about motivation, inspiration. Lately I've been opening Pokemon cards and doing crochet. And I know that a lot of experts will tell you that's not the way to go, because you don't have a niche, or niche, however you want to pronounce that, and you're actually alienating some of your audience, because the people who have subscribed to your iPhone videos don't give a toss about your Pokemon cards. But what else am I supposed to do? It's stuff that I like to talk about. It's the way I find it easy to make content, because I speak from the heart and I speak about stuff that I actually want to talk about. You see, none of my videos are scripted. I have some basic ideas, but I don't sit here read off a piece of paper or off an auto cue, because it's just not me. Like, even when I was at uni and when I was in high school, when I had to do a speech, even at my wedding, to be frank, I never read off a speech because I get so nervous and I just can't speak properly. But if I just speak from my heart and just speak about stuff I know, this is how it comes out. You probably noticed that there's not a lot of ums and stuff like that, because I'm talking about stuff that I'm passionate about. And I can sit here and speak about this all day long without having a piece of paper in front of me telling me what to say. And that's different for everybody. There's people who like to completely script up their stuff. And look, one of the things is there are so many people out there on YouTube who are trying to give young creators, beginning creators, advice on how to make their videos. So the one thing they don't get is that everyone's different. and the stuff that you tell them may not work for them. I actually don't understand the point of somebody coming on and say, if you do these 4 things, you're going to get 6,000 subscribers in the next 2 weeks, because realistically, that doesn't happen. Even if somebody does all the stuff that you say, I just don't think it happens. And rather than doing stuff like that, which basically for a beginning creator or struggling creator who has no subscribers, to hear stuff like that, oh, it's so easy, I got 5,000 subscribers in 3 weeks, it actually is demoralizing. It actually doesn't make you want to pick up the camera and make more stuff. It doesn't inspire you. And if you're not going to inspire somebody making YouTube videos, why are you making them in the first place? There's room for as many creators on YouTube as there needs to be. A lot of creators will jump in and then they will fall away because they realize that that is not what they're interested in, and that's okay. But for people who want to hang in there, people need to be encouraged, not discouraged. They need to be shown that there are ways to do this that will help accelerate your growth. But there's no magic cures. There's no panacea, which if you follow all this stuff, everything's going to fall in place and all of a sudden you're going to be Mr. Beast. That doesn't happen. And the more that these YouTube creators keep expounding the fact that if you just follow these, this stuff about following this advice, as long as you do a good thumbnail, yes, it's all important, as long as you can do a good thumbnail and the audio is good, when birds don't fly over, as long as you do all that stuff, you're guaranteed subscribers. You're not guaranteed of anything. The market doesn't owe you anything. YouTube doesn't owe you anything. People are going to watch your stuff for as long as they find your stuff either entertaining or useful. And it does serve no purpose for people to try and drag other people down and make them feel bad because they don't have as many subscribers as you. And that's the bottom line, because Derek said so. It's been a long road. I'm just going to continue doing what I'm doing. And for those people who like my videos, they're going to keep watching. And I have faith that if I continue to make good content, then I'm going to attract my people. I'm going to attract people who actually want to watch it. And that's it. That's what YouTube is. That's what life is. It's a matter of just doing what you think is right and letting the chips fall where they may. I may never get to 1 million subscribers, I may. And that's not entirely up to me, but I'm going to do everything I can just to make good quality content. That's what you guys, especially if you're aspiring to make 1,000 subscribers or even 100 subscribers, that's what you guys should be focusing on rather than the numbers, because the numbers ultimately will excite you for 5 minutes. I was excited for about 2 seconds when I got to 1,000, but there was other stuff happening in my life right at that moment that I didn't really have a great opportunity to fully celebrate. And now that I'm past 1,000, it's like, yeah, I have 1,000 YouTube subscribers, but it doesn't change anything, doesn't change me, doesn't change my life. And that's how we got to think about it. So that's it. That's the end of my little spiel today. Hope you guys found some of this information useful. If you guys are actually really interested in making a success out of your YouTube channel, you've just got to first figure out what success is to you. And it may not necessarily be a number thing. It may not necessarily be a monetization thing. It may just be a creative thing. It may just be a soul thing. It may just be a heart thing. And once you work out that is what you want, it becomes easier because it becomes fun. Making stuff that is fun is the whole reason why we're here. There's so many things that are no fun and that we have to do. Why would we make YouTube not fun? Why would we make it work rather than fun? Anyhow, thanks for watching. And as usual, I say this in most of my videos at the end is remember to give me a thumbs up and a like, but only subscribe if you want to. Don't feel like you have to. I'm not trying to guilt you into anything. If you like my stuff, you'll naturally subscribe. Thank you for watching. Have a great afternoon. I'll see you next time.